Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through.
Fumbling through! All aboard, now leaving the station in a steamy mess is Fumble Through!
Fumble Through!
The little podcast that could. Chucking up that hill week after week, Lindsay, Luke, Brett and I once again sit before you to continue the adventures of our new favourite characters, some with some old tricks and some that have been old tricks. Hey, J.R. Lockwood. Mecron Moradius and J.R. Lockwood. So far, our foray into D&D 5e has been an enjoyable and smoothish one. Yes, Brett, I am looking at you. This system has been relatively easy to maneuver around, and it seems to be designed to keep a really good flow. Like, I'm actually quite enjoying learning this system. In some respects, it might be, though, to the detriment of the specific, but what it does is leave a whole heap to the DM's discretion, and because I'm an excellent DM, I think that's fine, but it also harnesses the power of your imagination, which I really like.
Hasn't even worn out my crayons.
But it's, I think at some point, you know, Pathfinder, while it's hugely specific, it also sometimes stifles the imagination and the ability to do. And, you know, like, I will never subscribe to the idea of the rule of cool. I hate the rule of cool. I think it's dumb because I actually like rules. Not just, I want to do a double pike and then shoot him in the face with the stuff. But I do like the idea that you can be a little more on that edge. You can sort of be a little more creative.
You are more on that edge.
Hey.
But the rule of cool works though if you're doing when you're doing your character development though, right? Like,
What do you mean?
I want to, when you're
Oh,
picking
role-playing?
when you're picking feats and things like that, it might not be the most best utility of feats, but you're
Yeah.
like, this is cool. This is the thing I want my character
Oh,
to do.
that I'm fine. I'm by rule of cool though. Usually
From a
it's like
GM
I
sort of
want to do
perspective.
something absolutely ridiculously stupid, but boy, wouldn't it be cool if I could do it? You
Roll
know?
a 20 success.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then you're doing something absolutely ludicrous, and
Yeah.
it's usually people who are pushing the boundary way too far.
The one thing I'll say is I think it's caused a lot less arguments besides Brett hating on it, because we haven't gone, there's no convoluted, but I read it as this and I read it as that.
Like,
It's
I'm
just-
going to grapple. Hang on, let me
Yeah.
get the flow chart.
Yeah.
we haven't got to grapple yet, so
True,
let's
true,
not.
true,
let's.
true. But
But
I haven't got a monk yet. So.
I like the fact that even though I haven't read heaps of rules and stuff, I can still kind of blunder through and just be like, advantage, disadvantage. That kind of gets us through to the next part. So,
Very cool.
you know, I think that's been really nice. But I love the fact that D&D is now back into the realms of imagination. What about you, Brett? How are you finding this system?
Don't worry about it.
It's bullshit.
I've written a list.
I don't think my position's changed since we started. I think the user interface it's very simple, and
Yeah.
for entry level, for people who've never played this thing, it is the perfect opportunity for people who want to get in and get into the nitty gritty of it. I think it could have a bit more depth to it. There could be a bit more in the back end of it. There could be a bit more playability. But caveat on that, I'm only playing the vanilla version on D&D Beyond.
Yep.
That, you know, there's a whole heap of stuff that I don't have access to.
And we haven't played it for a very long time, so I'm reticent to make a judgment around the depth
Oh, I've
stuff
made a judgment.
until we play a little bit more. And
Well, I'm interested to see what it's like when you get it to like level 7 space.
Yeah.
Like level 5, level 7, that kind of area.
level
where
4, you
stuff
usually
really
do the
kicks
first
off.
bump, which
Yep.
is kind of nice. But also, we are playing an adventure that's designed as an introductory adventure for people who've
Yeah.
never played D&D before. Like,
Yeah.
this adventure was first played and is owned by my child, who is pre-teen. So,
And I can see that, and I can see how people jumping in would go, everyone's got an opportunity to do something, you know. The sorcerer is banging out spells that do as much damage as the barbarian at early levels. That for me is a bit unbalanced in terms of how I understand those classes, but for people starting out, that's
Yeah.
fun, right?
Yeah.
I get how that's fun.
it's really fun.
I don't know how that's going to scale.
You're right, Brett. This child's game's not complicated enough.
I'm really interested in seeing how the next one, D&D 1, is going to do this, because it says it's going to be a bit more complicated for making your character what you want it to be.
What, 6E?
No, well, it's
D&D
D&D
1.
Yeah, it's the. I thought it was just the Spanish version. D&D
So
1.
everyone had little mustaches.
But it's kind of also simplified, like it's keeping the simpleness, but I don't know. It's going to either be great or a flop. Because
Cool.
I don't,
Just what she proclaimed.
they're going to keep it simple, as in there's only 4 classes.
What?
It sounds like 4E
Four
to me.
classes.
See,
Heaps of subclasses.
you're reading
Oh, okay.
something that I haven't because I've heard that it's going to be fully integrative with this version. But
The
again,
campaigns it will be,
Yeah,
but
the
not
campaigns will
that's
be.
the
no,
only
they
thing.
said it'll be like while there'll be a new player's handbook, you can still use all your supplement books because there's been pushback about editions. Like having played through multiple editions of D&D, every time there's a new edition, you throw out all your old sets of books or shelve them and put them somewhere never to be opened again, and you start a new
Yeah.
one. 3.5 to version 3 was supposed to have some parity between it, and I think people are very wary of that because while yes, you could kind of manipulate it, it was a whole heap of work. But they didn't. You couldn't really use both systems.
So-
You can kind of use them.
So are they basically going to do the 4 classes going to be like spell user, rogue, basically fighter, and then druid, and then underneath that will be
Cleric.
so like for spells will be your cleric,
Yeah.
your sorcerer, your warlock, your witch, and all this. Sort
World
of
of
interesting.
Warcraft, right?
Yeah, it's basically just going to be
4th edition.
4 classes and then branch off from there.
It sounds very
It
4th
sounds
edition. The way
very
you're
4th
saying.
edition.
So buy your 5th edition books right now because they'll be worth a mint.
Yeah, everyone will stake with that. Anyway, look, I've
see.
given all the editions a
When
go.
it comes
so-
out, we'll give it a test.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll also stand by the fact that I've said Wizards of the Coast put out beautiful, beautiful products.
100%.
Their design is amazing. Their interface, their user interface is fantastic. There's just nothing behind that artwork.
Oh, okay, no, that's a little harsh.
Anyway, speaking of someone with whom
What?
is looking to put out, Lindsay.
And thank you, Justin, for making it clear that D&D groups are just like people. Everyone has an asshole.
What?
What about
Oh.
dragons? If you don't know it's you, you don't know who it is. It's probably you.
Yeah, we all know who it is.
Who?
It's not me.
If you have too many Justins in your life, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram
Yeah.
and tell us all about it.
I am
Good recovery, Lindsay. That was great.
I am clearly not the asshole. Some would refer to me as the taint.
The Tate.
Taint.
More on that in the future.
Taint the asshole.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you like the Tate.
No, the bit between. Anyway,
The perineum.
if that's what you want to call it.
It's a perennial
scientifically
problem.
called. Yeah.
It's a perennial
Actually,
problem.
that's the point. Sarah hasn't asked me to give the
Whoa, whoa,
perennial
whoa,
massage for a while.
whoa.
Now she's. No, never heard that one. No?
Yeah, I have. I don't know that it's.
Podcast?
Well, it's there now.
Perennial.
Sarah.
Is that like every year? Yearly? Didn't you plant some perennials?
I've got a deciduous wife. Every night she just presents.
She follows the sun.
I thought you'd be the
Deciduous
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Just shedding.
shedding. Yes, sorry, I totally fucked that up.
It had all the makings of a good
It
setup.
did. It really
I saw-
did.
I saw where you were
And I
going.
just went.
I saw where you're going. I picked it up.
Oh, God.
Anyway, Lindsay, do you have something to say that no one wants to hear?
I did say it, and everyone kind of glossed over it.
Yeah, he said all the Facebook, Twitter,
I said,
and
if you have
Instagram
many
things.
Justins in your life, feel free to jump on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and complain about them, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. So you're
Yada,
role
yada,
playing
yada.
it.
Yada, yada,
Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Yeah.
So look, every week we get to our joyous, dicey question, but beforehand we've started a new tradition in this podcast, and this version of the podcast in 5th edition, just to get Brett through, we have been doing something. So what do you got? What do you got for us, Brew?
Well, look.
Oh,
I like that. I was at the my favourite bottle shop the other day, looking across the shelves as I do, and the artwork on this beer really took my eye. It looked like One Dark Night. Pass me over a can, Luke.
I
'cause
certainly would be more than happy to do that.
called Nightfall by the Schwartz Beer Company.
Schwartz.
Killer Sprocket
I see your
Brewery.
Schwartz.
I see your Schwartz.
Now, it's got a beautiful label of what looks like, but certainly is not because of copyright, The Dark Knight. There's no trademark, but the label is absolutely fantastic. I didn't even read what kind of beer it was, but it's a Pilsner Munich and I don't
it's
know.
a Pilsner, is it?
I don't know. Let me read to you. Nightfall Schwartz beer. There's no secret we love malt at Killer Sprocket. So when we decided to brew a lager in winter, it was only natural to select a darker style. This is our take on a traditional Schwartz beer. Crisp, roasty, and as dark as its namesake. We hope you enjoy our first lager release. So it's a very dark lager.
I am loving the artwork
The
on
can
this.
is absolutely. We'll
Was it
post.
Pilsner
Yeah.
Munich and
Well-
Carafa malts, SARS and Haturus
SARS?
hops.
So that's
I
all
don't
the
even
things.
know how to word.
They're the malts and hops that they use to
Yeah.
make the beer.
Yeah.
The different strains.
All right, let's give it a rock and roll.
So we'll.
Oh,
Hello.
it's pouring it into my glass. Oh, it's nice and dark.
Oh, it's just oh shit! I've got.
Did you say this was a lager?
I've leaked all over the place.
Is this an actual lager?
This looks more like a porter. eh?
Yeah.
It does, right? But it's a dark. It says dark lager, right? So
It's German dark and oh.
The dark lager.
Have you ever been to the Bavarian beer place in?
Bavarian beer place.
this could go wrong. It's a German place. I've been to some German places that I don't want to talk about.
Over by the Gabba.
Oh right, yes, I have.
What was wrong with that?
I've also been to a German place in Germany that had a dark thing, and it was very different to this.
That's for another podcast.
Uh-huh. What are you talking about with the place?
So they do.
Sorry, we're all just concentrating on pouring our beers
Yeah,
here.
try not
'cause
to get it all over.
there's like somehow the Dark Knight has more in his can than any other can ever.
Doesn't it just? I'm just like,
Ooh,
can I?
It does. It doesn't fit in the cup. Yeah. Oh,
I got all
Yeah.
mine in.
He's
Ooh.
got-
That's what she said.
Oh my word! I had a mouthful of beer, guys. Come on, that's
what
my
she
line.
said.
Now I believe this has got extra shark spray in it from the TV episode. What's the verdict here? What's
Ooh.
That is lovely. German dark beer
I
is
don't
usually
get that
really
this is
good.
a
Yeah.
the-
That's
Yeah.
the place over by the Gabba, the Bavarian bar. They have on tap there a couple of nice German dark beers there, and they are the most amazing
Yeah.
things you can drink.
Does have
Don't talk about the darkies
That-
with the
Now,
Germans.
now, Brett,
It's like
How
half.
with a
It's a
pretzel?
light porter, right?
It is very much.
we did
beautiful.
notice before recording that you have all our cans over there that we've been drinking.
It's the only cans I get to touch.
I think we keep.
I haven't had a disappointing one yet.
I honestly think we keep one of every can or bottle
Build a wall,
and build a wall.
a beautiful wall.
Thanks, Trump.
Chinese hoax.
And you want Brett to pay for it?
No, D&D Juan.
The beer wall, sponsored by D&D Juan.
D&D Juan.
Okay, I'm going to try and get that Facebook name before anyone else does.
That's very funny. Anyway,
That is
so
delish.
Well, yeah, thank you to the Killer Sprocket
I have to
Brewery.
say,
Yeah,
Brett,
that's
you
a
haven't
good
given
one.
us a
It's a-
bum steer yet,
Well,
Brett.
You know, sometimes it's just a look and a grab. This is a Victorian, like they're based in Victoria
yeah,
in
I love
Australia
the
still.
fact that we are just keeping
You know,
it Aussie.
keeping it local.
Keeping it Aussie,
Um,
mate.
I mean, thank you for
For
telling
the
me to
German beer.
keep it refrigerated on the can. Because, you know, how drunk do you think I am when I buy this shit?
Yeah, but we have Luke in the room, so actually sometimes you have to refrigerate beer, Luke.
There's
Just so
also,
you
It's
understand
actually a lie.
there's a little logo.
Yeah, is that Bane's mask?
Well, yeah, there's a little logo on the can. If anyone from Killer Sprocket's listening, A, I'm astounded, but B, there's a little logo next to the name on it. I just want to know what that's come from. That's
That's
a really
Bane's
beautiful.
mask.
Yeah, but why put Bane on? Why would you give that?
Because it's Bane. The
because-
goggles do
hang on.
nothing.
Was Nightfall one of the Bane Batman comics? Was that where Batman got his back
he's
broken?
the dark. Oh yes,
This beer was born in the darkness.
I wonder if there's a complimentary beer that goes with this.
Come out of
This-
the darkness.
It's the beer
Do
that
you
you
know-
don't want,
the
but it's the
antidote.
beer you
Do you
need.
know what I
So when you get
absolutely
too
love?
wasted, you have another four of the other one, and it sets you off.
What I absolutely love about this is there is a picture of Batman on the of the Man of Night Darkfall. Let's call him Batman. There's a picture of Batman on there holding a can, but he's got his pinky sticking out. That is
It
great.
looks like a spray can as well, like he's going around graffiti.
Oh, he's the Bat Shark Spray.
Oh, is that what it is?
Hey, if you put the two cans together, does it show the full picture?
No.
No.
That was definitive. I didn't see from my angle.
It's not a
but-
book cover.
Well, I was. Remember
Don't
the
joke.
Game of Thrones whiskey, the Fire and Ice whiskey?
Oh, they were good as well. Hey,
I didn't find out until after they stopped making them that if you collected multiple bottles and the White Walker one, which I never tried, and put them all together, they build like a full picture.
Oh, wow.
Like if you turn each bottle one
Okay.
yeah. Like,
quarter.
we talked in a previous episode about me collecting Star Wars boxes. They've got the same thing on their
Yeah.
covers.
Oh,
That they
yeah.
all kind of join up and make a bigger picture.
Action figures do that as well. So
If I
a
knew
series
that, I
of
would've-
Marvel Legends do that.
If I knew
Create
that, I'd
pictures.
have bought a lot more whiskey.
Star Wars ones create pictures.
Mm.
But oh well.
I love that kind of forward-thinking design. I love how people kind of go, you know what? We've got a full product range and let's make them look good together.
If you have forward thinking like that, please reach out and teach us how to fix our website.
Forward think for us.
Because I don't know how to
We'd
make
love-
it look pretty.
We'd love to outsource our forward thinking.
Even
in
if-
our backward
Even
ways.
if you've got backward thinking, because the website is done.
Oh,
Yeah.
look,
I
hey,
bet you.
hey,
I-
give yourself some credit there. You did a great job on that website.
I have redesigned the website. I bet none of you have looked at it.
No.
I have.
Oh.
Typos everywhere.
Yeah, grammar is not your strong point.
Is that, you know how there's a connector on 4 cans when they come together? Is that turned into a batarang?
wouldn't that have been absolutely
Not
genius?
forward thinking enough. Thank you there.
Oh, send it through. Send
Killer
it through to him.
Sprocket?
Yeah, it's killersprocket.com.
That would
Oh,
have
they should have made them
amazing.
look like sprockets.
Yeah. Toad the Wet Sprocket, the band from the 90s.
Sprocket from the Jetsons.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to our dicey question for this
Oh,
week.
that wasn't it. Fuck.
No, this was just the beer. So the dicey question, we've had it. Last week we had a big one when we were talking about humanity and big concepts and all that kind of stuff. We've done our little personality test. This week I am actually going to bring it to something a bit more simple because I actually want to get into the game this week. But it's a pretty simple one. So Luke, get ready for your questions. Brett, get ready for your list. Lindsay, get ready to jump in and
I've already
answer
written
first.
my list.
If you could choose an imaginary friend, who would it be?
Hmm.
So, do you want me to make one up on the spot or something that's already out there?
Up to you.
You just have to imagine it, Luke.
Look at him. What?
No, I need a miniature
Yeah.
What are the rules?
I'm looking it up. I'm looking
What are
it
the
up.
rules?
that I can't read and won't read.
Right.
An imaginary friend.
Okay. Not one I've already done.
What?
Not one I've got already.
You can choose one you've got already. You've chosen it.
Right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm there.
Yeah, but what about the answer? Boom.
You can go first if you want.
All right.
I've written a list
No.
of qualities I like in my imaginary friend.
Look, this might be coming from a certain place in my life where I'm at a place of introspection and, thinking about where I'm going and what I might do. And there's a bit of change in my life going on. And just thinking about who I am and thinking back on who I've been. And there are some choices that I wish I'd made differently. And I wish my imaginary friend was me that had made different choices. I wish it was the other me that had done different things in his life and thought about different things.
Like an alter ego kind of thing.
Like the Jekyll
But the
to my
imaginary
Hyde.
one where it works out, or the one
The
where
good one.
where
The
it's
good
like the
one.
monkey's paw version of you that's like, I've got everything I wanted and it sucks.
No, I'm there. I'm at that point.
You're the monkey paw version of yourself.
No, I want the guy that, I made certain choices. I don't regret the choices that I've made, but I'd be interested to see what other choices, where I would be with other choices in my life, where I would be if I didn't spend 6 years doing a 3-year degree, where I'd be if I didn't go overseas and spend a lot of money living my life, but not investing in my life, where I would be if my choices and my values were a little bit different. I'm interested to see that imaginary friend. Me, I like me the best and I like my own company, but a little bit different.
See, that's interesting. I think that same thing, and I'm like, I'd still be a fuckwit. Nothing's
that's
going to
you.
change that part. Yeah,
But
the
that's
essence.
you.
The
Nobody
essence-
argued with that,
yeah,
you know?
The essence, unfortunately, stays the same.
Yeah.
in all the realities.
Yeah, that's nothing about the choices you make.
That's right. It's just the essence of me. All right. So what would that person like? How would you envisage that person? Like, what, are they there talking to you, giving you advice, being like, dude, you're the best. Like, you live up to your life.
No, I think we would just have, there's moments where I'd be alone, but with my imaginary friend having conversations about who I am and why I am the person I am and who they are and why they're the person they would be, and being quite philosophical about, the person we are and what makes us that, what's that nurture versus nature stuff, how are we the same, how are we different, because the choices in our life. I like to think about those kind of, what if I did an engineering degree rather than an arts degree? What kind of...
Fuck, you'd be boring.
Yeah, there would be lots of things failing because I've seen you do
you'd be
maths.
like an IT guy, wouldn't you? Just fucking bland.
Well, I always thought,
I've seen him do
right into a
maths. We
degree.
would be dead. There'd be things falling from the
Started doing
sky.
it.
So I love the fact that Brett's imaginary thing is like, I'd sit there and have a chat with him. It's still your imagination. You're still talking to yourself.
I don't get it. Because I actually don't get it, but yeah.
But hang on.
Yeah.
I can imagine me the
I
best,
know,
right?
I know. I get
I'm
it.
totally in me the most. I can imagine everything about me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'd 69 and then go to sleep.
Oh my word. I wouldn't want that in my life, as if my imagination has to be better than me. Like, fuck off. I don't want to look at that. It's hard enough looking in a mirror as it is.
Well, what would I look like if I didn't eat a kilo of chicken wings and not exercise?
That's right. What happens if I didn't spend my entire life playing games?
Yeah. What happens if depilatory cream existed in my formative years?
Mm-hmm.
There's
All right.
choices.
I'm moving on with that mental image. Anyone else?
Yep. Do you want to go?
Sure. So I feel like I'm missing the sassy girl sidekick in my life.
I too feel like you're missing a sassy girl.
You're
sidekick.
married, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she is very sassy, but she's more sassy against me than on my side. I want like that, Anna Kendrick, Kirsten Bell as a Veronica Mars kind of
Anna
style.
Kendrick, yeah.
Sassy sidekick. That
Harking back to previously, if you don't know who your sidekick is, you're probably the sidekick.
Again, imaginary. A sidekick can have a sidekick.
Fair enough.
Imaginary.
Yeah, okay.
Or is it
So
just
I
called a
think I
kick?
need that, sassy girl sidekick that's got my back when, Justin's comes up with a joke that I can't come up with another
The
joke.
quick thinking.
Yeah, quicker than I am and able to cover me when I'm
Like the girl from Deadpool.
lost for words. Yeah.
Supersonic, mega warhead, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Negasonic, what you want?
Yeah, Negasonic
that
Warhead.
is, yeah, that's cool.
And what would she look like, act like, how,
Anna Kendrick.
As I said, I'm kind of picturing Anna Kendrick or Veronica Mars style,
Oh, yeah.
kind of like,
Kristen Bell or Anna.
yeah.
Let it go.
They're the two I've got kind of stuck in my head as like,
yeah.
Clearly.
We call that a spank bank.
What the
Jeepers.
Jeepers? I haven't heard that one for a long time.
golly gee, back then.
Yeah, jeez.
Holy rusty metal.
Yeah, where's Scoob and the rest of the gang? All right, so little sassy sidekick.
Sassy
Okay,
sidekick.
all right. What about you, Luke?
So, sorry, Jeepers. So I got two ideas because sometimes I can actually get quite serious about stuff and get very highly strung and anxious about
I've
things.
never
So
seen that side of you.
excellent. I would have maybe. I was thinking Mr. Miyagi,
Oh,
like
nice.
chill me out, kind
Oh.
of like really calm and zen, and like don't
Right.
worry about it.
Like an Uncle Iroh.
Yeah, yes,
monk.
yeah, monk.
Which Miyagi?
Huh?
Which one?
Oh, Jackie Chan or
No,
Pat Morita.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
yeah.
Or would you have the new Miyagi?
Or
go?
maybe Chosen. He would probably be really good actually.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny on Cobra Kai. But the other one apart from Mr. Miyagi would be Rick Mail.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I reckon he.
Wait,
'Cause
there's
he
already
was-
a movie about this.
He was.
Yes, that's exactly what
What's
I
that
think.
movie?
Maybe not.
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop
yeah.
Dead Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
With Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, and again, that about like just getting you out of your own headspace kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yep.
sometimes, I just feel like, that would be what I would need more than anything from some imaginary friend is to help me step out of that space of being
I just love
stressed.
how a question that had nothing to do with monks became about monks.
Hey,
Well played.
anytime.
Well played. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Golly gosh.
Gee willikers.
Holy smokes, Batman. I think you've got it all wrong.
Where are you, Justin? What's your imaginary friend? And tell us it's Justin Stevens.
A busty naked barmaid that gives me beer. Done. That's it.
So if I was
I don't need to talk to myself.
So if I was naked, you'd be done right now.
Well, look, I didn't specify a gender.
So
I've got bit boobs.
Yeah,
I'm giving you
I
beer.
didn't specify it.
So I got in trouble because, well, not in trouble. I got, shit because you guys because my sassy sidekick was based on two pretty girls.
I thought yours
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah. Busty naked barmaids. Just like,
Yeah, I didn't go specific. I didn't be like, oh, they have to look like Christy Turlington.
Yeah, he went
I don't know who
specific.
that
Got a
is.
point there.
Yeah.
I was going
They
off
have to look like,
characters.
they have to look like my search history for the last 6 months.
It's the difference between saying I like kids and I like 8-year-olds. There's a big difference between those two
I
statements.
was describing the characters. Veronica Mars and Annie Kendrick and anything she does. Let's get back to the game.
Yeah,
That hurt. That actually hurt.
I hate you sometimes, Justin. I hate you.
The beer has really brought out a different side of this podcast.
It is a dark beer for dark humor.
Anyway, let's get back to the game. So before we get back to the
Hang the
game,
fuck on.
what?
Booby sidekick.
Yeah, there's nothing to be said about
Describe
that.
what kind of...
I don't change.
What else do they
Depends
do?
on the day and the mood.
And you're fine with
Changes.
You're fine with imaginary beer.
Yeah. It's cold. It's perfect.
Is it?
It never makes me bloated. It can be all types of drinks. I shouldn't.
It's imaginary, so
Yeah.
he's getting the beer himself. Right. Imagining that the
Unlike
barmaid...
here, where he's closer to the fridge, and I've still got to walk around
I
him to
guess-
get to the beer.
I guess what I'm saying is I need something to replace the internet. The bandwidth is slow at my house.
Because you got 3 boys in your house.
Yeah, they're already looking up busting.
I mean, you can always, watch it together.
Oh, Jesus.
Just when you think,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then there's a whole other layer gets peeled away, and you're like, oh, yeah, just there's even more.
Yeah.
Gee willikers.
Jiminy Crickets.
This podcast is likened to an onion, many layers, and it will make you cry.
Yeah.
It stinks and it makes you cry. I think is what
Leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh.
All right. Before we get going, let's start the game because I think it's time and it's been a little while. So, I think it's always good to have a recap.
I told you they would return, Dazzlin, said the young dwarf Norbus, nudging his older grizzled partner. That you did, laddie. I guess you 3 earned these, he said, tossing a pair of magic sending stones to JR, but the moment of victory shattered by the bellows of orcs. Who are you, dwarfy, and what do you do? Get to the chopping! As a band of 5 orcs charge. Moradius answers the charge with his own as he clashes with the orcs. He scatters them like skittles, killing one instantly with the initial charge.
Oh,
Fucking phone.
there's a phone?
Nikron takes to the air, shooting flaming magical feathers at the orcs. Pew pew! While JR duels with his wits and blade. Even the dwarfs engage the orcs.
Oh, he got me with his half wit.
Oh, God. JR raises his... We're
buffering, sorry.
He's looking at busty barmaids.
Anna Kendrick's on there.
I had a mistyped sentence that made sense because, good at grammar. JR hits a perfect baritone pitch note. Oh! And pops the head off one of the orcs.
Ooh, it was pitch perfect.
Just as Moradius falls as 2 orcs with massive cracks, almost shattering him into gravel. Norbus hits the ground with a sickening crunch as his life blood pools around.
Poor Norbus.
Dazzlin, filled with rage and sorrow, takes revenge. Obviously, I wrote this really quickly because it's all over the place. Dazzlin, filled with rage
J.R.
and sorrow,
Lockwood at
takes
its
his
best.
revenge for his fallen friend. and the rest fall with holes scorched through their skulls as Nykron descends to the ground aflame in magic fire, sort of like a phoenix. Can he raise his comrades from the ashes?
That was good.
That was good.
So
If you hadn't got yourself all hot and flustered about Anna Kendrick, you probably would have read that.
I think so.
If I had proofread it before I came here.
and also, Lindsay, hands above the table, please. My leg's sore. I'm rubbing it.
I'm going to need another beer.
I've missed this.
So which one was dead? I can't
Norbus.
remember. Norbus.
Moradius.
Yeah. So we zoom back into the dwarven excavation outside. The dwarves are well, one of them is dead. The other one cradled the dead form of Norbus in his arms. Dazlin's like, why'd you have to leave me, Norbus? I was here. Yeah. What am I going to do now that you've gone? And you hear weeping as a dwarf flees, not a dwarf, sorry, an orc flees into the distance. The bodies of the orcs lie around the prone form of Moradius Stoneborn. What are you guys going to do at this point?
Short rest.
Sure,
Full hit points back. Nykron's going to fly down to I wasn't by Moradius, I don't think, before.
No, you're
Was I
up in the air.
I am still up in the air, aren't I, if I recall? Yeah.
Hence
so,
why descends at the very end.
Like a phoenix-
like
phoenix
a
falling.
Phoenix falling. Excellent, because I'm on fire, because I'm blue flame.
I'm on fire.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to fly down to Moradius.
Yep.
And give him a heal check.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that? How you looking?
I don't know how this shit works. What do I tell you?
All right.
Do you have to roll a thing? Is there a
I
medicine check here?
I'll
guess
give
the
you
question is, are you stable?
Am I allowed to tell people, or do you want
Can I
a
do the
medicine
check?
check?
Shall I do the check first?
Yes, do the check.
Medicine. There we go.
It's a medicine.
Plus
Can
Unless
I
you
do
try
one
and
too?
stabilize
Hang
a
on,
giant companion
plus
or
zero.
diagnose an
Give me- hang on,
illness.
give me- Oh, first natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Brett, are you
What a waste.
stable?
I believe I'm stable because I made my saving death throws.
Okay,
Sweet.
perfect.
Okay. Are you coming round? Are you conscious or are you just stabilized?
Stabilized.
What does that mean, rules, guys?
It means
Means
that he
I'm
is
on-
not dead and he can take healing to get back
I have
above.
no hit points, but I'm stable.
Yeah.
0 hit points.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
So can I give a heal check, like a medicine check, is just to see the state of the person? It isn't applying a medical,
No.
like
A healing factor.
You can
rectal exam or
stabilize with
anything like
you
that.
can stabilize with a medicine check.
Okay, but you've already done that anyway.
It says,
Yep.
and diagnose an illness. D&D Beyond, thank
Okay,
you.
cool. Yes.
Okay.
So he's stable and has depression.
Yeah,
Right.
so you know that he is he's not dead and he's not dying and he is not going to get any worse than he currently is unless he stops being fed for years.
And people
Okay.
recover from this given time.
Slowly. Yeah.
I'm
So-
going to go over to Dazlin.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Dazlin, are you what? How did
Norbus, come back with me. Why are you doing this?
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. I cannot remember how
Can
my
you help
character
him?
talked.
Can you help him, JR?
Unfortunately, not. I'm more tapped for the day.
Is there nothing you can do?
No, I spent all my spells healing us while we were killing slimes
I don't
for
know
you.
that I could live if he's dead. I know he's a pain in my arse, but I can't live without
Let
him.
me check him over. I'll do a medicine check.
Yep.
Can I help? Can I fly over and help?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because he's going to need it.
I got a 9.
9, not enough to figure out whether or what state Norbus is in.
How many parts of Norbus are there?
Just one
Okay, cool.
big pulpy one.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if he's dead or if he's just unconscious.
Please, do you have healing?
No, I've used it all, unfortunately.
What about you? Please, Necron, you've got something, don't you?
I'm all about fire, I'm afraid. I cannot heal any burn.
And he kind of pushes the body towards you. Please, can you help him?
I'll do another medicine check. Just to make sure. 16 on the medicine check.
16. He too is stable.
Ah!
He is not dead. He is in a stable condition.
So I'll like move his head and check his pulse and see his
Because
breathing.
unlike Moradius, he actually rolled a natural 20
I did.
as
I
part
recall
of
it.
his part of his stabilization check. So
He's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
he'll be really.
Yes.
I should. And he kind of starts picking him up and he says, I should take him back. And he picks him up and he starts carrying him back towards where they've got their sleeping bags and their beds and their fire pit. You know, he's like, you just rest, Norbus. You'll be fine. You'll get up soon and we'll finish clearing it. Our dreams will come true. The excavation will be finished and we'll become famous excavators.
Do you have are you sure you don't want to return to town with us? You've just been attacked by orcs and there is a dragon
I can't move him
nearby.
like this. Perhaps your friend should come in here as well.
Oh, I mean, I was going to rest in town, but I suppose we could spend a little bit of time here.
How are you going to get him there?
I was going to ask if you had a cart or something that we could travel together in. Get everyone back safe, you know.
I can't move.
Okay,
if he does, if he doesn't make it,
okay,
and he
let's
kind of
spend an
breaks
hour.
down a bit. He would want to be buried here.
So here's the question. Being a creature that can fly,
Yes.
I have to do strength checks to pick him up and carry him, fly him.
Yes, he would have to sort of be within your limit to hold and carry
capacity.
and weight
Okay.
capacity.
Oh my
and
God,
stuff,
you should have been the cleric. You got to be in the flying doctor service.
Yeah, so you would need
Next
to
time,
do
I'll
that. So, I mean, you've got probably two choices at this point. You can go back. It's probably at this time of day, you wouldn't get back till well into the night, and you would have to brave the elements and the creatures of night, or you could probably stay here and do a long rest.
I think I'm
At
hearing
this point in time.
long rest is what I'm hearing.
I'm going to... the innkeeper's going to be very disappointed
Please,
with me.
Could you not stay and help him in the morning?
I suppose we're just going to have to, and I'll have to make it up to the innkeeper tomorrow.
Oh, that's mighty gracious of you to stay in the morning and heal me friend up. You know, rather than leave and play a gig. You bastard.
He's advertised, you know, he's going to be, everyone's going to show up. And he's going to have no show, and he's going to be
get back
very
in the fun.
grumpy.
The tavern's burned down.
I do love the commitment. Like, you've got two guys that are unconscious and dying. You could just rest and heal them both magically. I've got a gig.
Hey, we've all seen Dave Grohl go back on stage after breaking his foot and finish the gig.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
While
That's what you
sitting down.
do.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he, who was that other guy? He didn't Travis Scott it and wait for someone to die and then just be like, yeah, I'll keep playing.
You should have.
Travis Scott did.
I don't know that one, but I had a band I was listening to once where 2 days before the guy got bitten by a brown snake.
Still go on.
And he was drumming.
You still go on.
That's
what you do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is your choice? Are you going to stay here, maybe help overnight, or are you going to
we'll
brave
stay
the darkness?
The nightfall.
We'll stay here.
Okay, so you basically get Moradius up. You set up a camp for the evening, a bit of a triage center. You've got some shelter here. Like, they've actually because they've stayed here for so long, it's not actually that uncomfortable while they're in the wilds, and it's a bit rough. It's certainly a semi-permanent structure that you're able to. So it's comfortable enough for all of you to be able to sleep in there. Just roll a percentile for me. I might get you to do this, Brett, because you've had nothing else to do for the last couple of game sessions.
Sometimes, I love you, you're my brother, but sometimes you're just a dick. For fuck's sake.
I think we all feel the same. Yeah. Isn't that right, Busty Barmaid?
Yeah, I just scored.
It's true. He never specified female.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'd be a bitter. 90 for that on the percentile.
Oh, a 90.
Nice,
That is a clear time. The night passes uneventfully. The weather is clear. Actually, the sky is unusually bright and beautiful for this time of year, and you even see a shooting star.
And one of the things I have to say I love about D&D Beyond is I now just click the button that says long rest.
Long rest. Well,
Take a long rest.
just to be clear, after 4 hours, I woke up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's how long it took me to recover to 1 hit point.
Okay.
And then I'll hit long rest and take a long rest.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, because you can't rest while you're unconscious, can you?
Well, I don't know, but
aren't you technically resting when you're
Well,
unconscious?
Well, you are, but I
call it
don't
a
think
short
you can
rest.
get the benefit of it. But, I guess if you're on D&D Beyond and you've just hit long rest, I
Can we
think
do
the
that?
next one that you should hit is level
Oh!
up. Because you just became 3rd level characters.
But 12!
Yeah, so we are going to take a bit of a break while you guys hit the buttons. I'm going to finish 4 more of these beers, and Lindsay's apparently ripping up his character sheet. All right, he's dead. All right.
Very theatrical for the other 3 people around the table.
Thank you.
The Foley art was great.
Put your zip back up.
And fade into darkness. And we're back. So we have 3 characters that are leveled up into 3rd level, 3 by 3, 3 to the power of, I don't even know,
Cube.
9. 9 levels
9
amongst
beer
you.
bitter.
Yeah, 9 levels amongst those.
9.
Yeah,
Nine.
there was a few beers. So who would like to go first and tell us what exactly level 3 looks like? There's whole new things. I don't know your characters. You're going to have to tell me what your new shit is.
I'll go first because why not?
Okay.
So first, shall we roll for hit points?
Mm-hmm. Sure. What?
D8.
D8. Because that makes sense.
You're going to do yours with an actual dice. Look at you guys.
What'd you get?
3.
7.
Nice.
All right. Luke, what is your...
Oh, okay.
we're doing
let's
around
do
the
them
table.
all because
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
get all
yeah,
the hit
yeah,
dice
yeah,
done
yeah,
and
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
do it all.
yeah.
So
All good.
what type of die by dice?
Excellent question.
I think it's an 8 as well, isn't
No,
it?
it's a 6, I think.
Ooh.
I
thought it was a 6.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll 6.
Okay.
5.
2.
Ooh.
And Brett, 12?
A 12. I've rolled mine.
10.
12.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Yeah, that's
D12.
what I needed with a 4 last level up. That was what I needed.
Yeah, barbarian with no hit points ain't much of a barbarian,
well,
right?
You've seen it, Barbara Aryan.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. So, Lindsay, tell us more about your characters. What were the other parts other than hit points that you got?
So I have got my college now.
Mm-hmm. Collagen injections. Your lips are huge.
So I've gone the college of...
You got trout mouth.
I mean, that does seem like it would help Bilson Moon, but, you know.
Can I just say, I only think Luke's reacting like this tonight because he's had a procedure today and he's high on drugs.
Which had essentially a collagen injection.
Yeah. No, he's also high on drugs.
Very localized.
So, yeah, I've got College of Law, which
Okay.
basically makes me, I
I
get
have
more
the law.
skill proficiency. So
Yep.
I get more, proficiency bonuses in skills.
Mhm.
I also become an expert at 2 skills,
Okay.
which I am now an expert in persuasion and perception.
Ooh.
No, not perception, performance.
Okay. Interesting. You didn't choose perception.
And I also gain an ability called Cutting Words, which I can use my bardic inspiration, which is how I give you guys D6s as well to do stuff. I can use them to, if as a reaction, that if someone's about to hit me, if someone has hit me, I can use Cutting Words and try and negate some or all of the damage.
It sounds like Lindsay's
By insulting
designing
them.
his sidekick in his character.
I'm not saying anything. I get in trouble when
Plus, I get level 2 spells.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That fast?
How many?
2.
Fucking hell.
So I'm going to, as I've done for most of my level 1 spells, I've shuffled my spell deck and I'm just going to draw them now.
Okay, nice.
So my first one is Phantasmal Force.
Mm.
Oh, hello, Skeksis. Jeez, what is going on with you today, Brett?
Jiminy crickets.
I'm going to read that because it's very long.
It is.
Yep. And the next one is Magic Mouth.
Oh.
Okay,
That's,
nice.
again, Justin's imaginary friend.
I'm not sure if they sound specifically useful, but I'll give them a read and we'll see if they come into play.
Okay, all right. Okay. So, what about you, Luke? How did you level up? Monk?
Yeah, tempting, but I don't think I could get away with that in the story. So I get 2 level 2 slots for spells and 1 extra learned spell. So I'm only actually taking 1 extra, 1 level 2 spell learned. Do you want to know what that one is?
Sure.
Agonizar's Scorcher. So a line of roaring flame 30 feet long and 5 feet wide emanates from you in a direction you choose. Each
Ooh.
creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 fire damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. How'd you like them apples? In addition, however, I also get meta magic skills.
Oh.
I can pick 2 at level 3, and I get to pick a couple more at later levels. But the 2 that I've picked at level 3 are the meta magic subtle smell.
Subtle spell. Okay.
Subtle spell.
Yep.
So when you cast a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to cast it without any somatic or verbal components.
Mhm.
How many sorcery points do you have?
3 at my level. So, and then the other one I took was the empowered spell. So when you roll damage for a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll up to 2 of the dice.
Jeepers. So that 3d8, you can reroll
I
2
can
of
re-roll
the
2.
dice.
If I roll 1s, I can go, I'll use a sorcery point and double that up. And
does
have
it
another
take
go.
longer to cast those meta magic?
No, all good.
Jeez.
Same as.
Willikers.
I could have taken a meta magic one that allows me to use a spell to cast a spell that takes a standard action as a bonus
Swifty.
action.
Oh, it's a bonus. Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
That's pretty
So
good.
I wasn't sure I was going to get much at level 3, but that's just mental
Okay.
in the best sense.
Yeah, nice.
Mm.
All right. And what about you, Brett?
Well, look, barbarians do really well at 3rd level. They don't get any extra damage to attack.
Okay.
They don't get anything useful.
Do you get it? But, sorry, proficiency bonus. What happens there? Do you guys go up a proficiency
plus
bonus?
two.
or
No, I
anything?
am so still +2.
Plus
No.
2.
What about, is there a base attack bonus in this game?
No,
No.
So none of the to hits go up. Is that
No,
what you're saying? Okay.
Nothing. I get some. So what happens at level 3 is I start to pick a rage path, and I pick the vanilla because that's what I've got in front of me.
Mhm.
So frenzy is the path that I've taken.
Okay.
So when I enter a rage, I can also enter a frenzy.
Okay. So you get all your friends and you enter one.
As I hit the frenzy, as a bonus action, I can make an additional single melee weapon attack during that rage. So it's 2 attacks. The additional attack is a bonus action, so it takes my bonus action away for the round, but I get an additional attack. At the end of the frenzy, I go 1 point further down the exhaustion track. And exhaustion's interesting.
Yeah. Tell me about
Let
it.
me tell you about exhaustion. So exhaustion is a track. You go down the exhaustion table and different things
Hang on,
make
is
you
it a
exhausted.
table or is it a track?
As you go down the exhaustion track, there are 6 levels
You
of
just gotta
exhaustion.
Never had that before.
yeah.
The
It's like being at home.
Did you see that, Matthew? Jeez.
8-year-olds have been getting it all week.
There's context to that.
The first level, so different things make you exhausted: running, chasing people,
Mhm.
going to a frenzy. There's some spell things that can make you do it. Only 3 things remove it: sleeping. There's some magic, 2 magic spells, restoration and wish, and they remove 1 point on the track, and something else. I
What?
can't
A
remember.
wish only removes 1.
1 point on the
Wish?
track. Yep. So
Holy
exhaustion.
crap.
Isn't that like the most powerful spell
It's one
in
of them.
D&D?
Exhaustion's pretty nerfed, right? There's pretty shit here. On the first level of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on ability checks. No biggie. On the second level, you also add movement speed is halved. On the third level, you also add disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. On the 4th level, you add hit point maximum is halved.
Ooh.
On the 5th level, you add movement speed is reduced to 0. On the 6th level, and this is the kicker, you add death.
That's
now-
like I get it though. Like you can
Exhaustion is big, right?
Yeah, that's
But
right.
I put it to you that I could go to rage 3 times a fucking day.
Yeah.
So that's 3 points on the track I get, and 1 long rest will give me 1 point of that exhaustion track
Only
back.
1 point
1
back.
point back.
No, it's not. No, that's not nerfed, is it? That's looking. That's
fucked up.
That's
Yeah,
Now,
wow.
now the balance is starting to surface somewhere now.
So
Yeah.
every time you rage, you go down 1 point on the track, and it takes a.
If I choose to go down the frenzy path, if I hit
frenzy.
the frenzy,
Okay.
then I get exhausted.
and what do you get for frenzy?
The extra attack around. So
Okay.
well, you
you
got to
know,
see how will that stack. That might be
that might stack
good
up on a
trade-off.
long
Yeah,
battle.
yeah.
Like, how long,
An extra attack around is not nothing.
No,
like
no.
in terms
And
of
as you level
how much
up-
damage you
So
could
As you're
possibly
leveling
do.
up as well, that'll stack. But I mean, far out. That's
Yeah.
a good balance there, I think.
And
Hey.
you don't save against the exhaustion or anything like
Not
that.
that I'm reading.
Okay. Wow. What comes to mind there is the 13th Warrior. You know, at the end of the 13th Warrior when everyone's coming in and the king guy's like just killing guys, and then he finally sits on his throne before he dies and stuff. Oh, sorry, spoiler.
I mean, rage lasts for a minute. So
My
that's
mother was a saint.
We'd like to think a minute you'd have most of your combats over by a minute, right?
It's
That's 10 rounds. We're in trouble if we're going any
well,
longer.
that's 10 extra attacks,
Yeah.
feasibly,
But
for what could be, you know, at the first level of exhaustion, you kind of go, all right, ability checks. I can wear that.
Yep.
But and then you start to question the second level exhaustion. You kind of go, all right, well, do I really want to take those, you know, half speed? Do I want to go to the third disadvantage on everything and then roll back over 3 days?
And it really does force you as a party to have to actually go, the barbarian needs rest. Like that, he's beaten up.
Yeah.
He's taken some hits and
as a barbarian, I've got to tank that stuff, right? I've got to be the one taking the hits.
Yep.
And I do have hit points. That's what at a
days.
12.
the 12 is going to help.
I got to 36
Do you
hit
have
points.
hit points? Because you haven't shown that.
Well,
You've fallen over.
I rolled a 3 at second level out of 12. That didn't help.
He's going up against 3 orcs at a time, right?
I've got 9 con bonus points.
By the way, more orcs than you probably should have gone. I read that wrong.
Well, we all
So you did well.
Yep.
When I read it, I corrected.
I'm actually liking that build. That sounds like not
it's
too
quite nice.
crazy,
Well, it's
right?
not 3d8 worth
It's
of
not
damage
super
on a
OP.
spell.
Yeah.
Once. I cast that spell once.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
and I
it.
think that's
Per
the
long
balance.
rest. You can do that for 10 rounds. He can do it once.
Well, I can
per
do it
long
for
rest.
30 rounds a day.
Yeah.
I just have penalties.
Yeah. But
So-
you do it 3 rounds, long rest negates the penalty.
That's right.
He does his long rest negates the fact
Yeah.
that he can't do it again.
So I could get, 10d12 worth of damage additionally in one day.
That's awesome.
I kind of get that. I kind of go,
this is one to remember as well. Raising you from the dead also reduces your exhaustion by 1.
Oh, so kill him.
Yeah, we can just kill
Just
you.
bring him back.
Kill him, give him a long rest
Yep.
to exhaustion.
What level spell is
Wish
spiel-
and
oh, wait,
restoration.
spell's
That's
head.
4 right there.
Don't know.
Oh, right. Okay.
Alright.
It's
Didn't
got
look
to be
that
sort of
far
a
up.
level 5 or something crazy like that restoration.
No,
Okay.
I was looking up if
Level
my Song of Rest would help with exhaustion, but it doesn't.
All right, so we
there are 4 spells that cause exhaustion.
Cool.
Dream,
Calls.
Sickening Radiance, Tensor's Transformation, and Wish.
and nagging.
So Wish can take you down 1 set from on the table and also give you exhaustion
That's
as well.
where you can force exhaustion on
Yeah.
someone.
Wow.
So you could, over 6
someone.
days, kill someone by
Oh, I
casting.
love that. No, I love that. The nefarious kind of just somebody would not know that you're killing them with
Just so
exhaustion.
tired. I'm
That's
just so
amazing.
tired. It does feel like work a little bit, but
So it feels like being a parent.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Amen,
So-
brother.
You wake up in the morning, you're feeling a bit refreshed. I think at this point, Muradis, you've gotten some HP back and you are feeling pretty fine. I would say to you right now, I think the rest rules, you get half your hit points back after a long rest. Is it?
That's full.
I don't
Is
think
it
I've
full
lost
hit
any hit
points?
points. I'm all right.
Okay. So all your hit points are back. I didn't know that rule.
yeah,
but-
no, I just hit the button and everything came back.
Okay, perfect. So a long rest
Long
gives
rests
you
are
all,
magical. They just fix
all of
everything.
your hit
Bless you,
points
D&D
back.
Beyond.
That is, I don't like that.
Sleep for 6 hours
Yeah.
before no more than 2 hours of light activity.
Yeah, and you take as long as you need to. So you could probably sleep in the morning. At the same point that you guys wake up, you also find that Norbus himself wakes up as well. And the dwarves are quite happy that you guys have helped them, and they're quite happy that you were in the place. That again, they thank you with all their hearts. They shake your hands, and you speed off for the 15-mile trek back to Phandalin. For that day. That takes you about half a day to actually get there. So in one day, you can actually travel, I think it's 20 miles or something along those lines. So it's 15 miles southwest of Phandalin, and that's if you don't have a halfling with you who is a bit slower than the rest of you. But you arrive in the town of Phandalin about halfway through the day, sort of around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you roll in. What I need from you, though, before anything is just a percentile check, please.
I'll do it. 73.
Your travel passes uneventfully as you see the town again. Phandalin comes into view with its log cabins and its little group of housing that we have there. You start walking in from from where you come straight to the Stonehill Inn. You can go to the Shrine of Luck if you want. You can go to the Phandalin Miners Exchange. You can go to the Lion Shield Costa if you want, or Barthen's Provisions. What are you going to do?
I'm going to first off go to the inn and apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Maradius will follow you like a looming stone shield at your shoulder.
Come on, I just need to apologize to the innkeeper. I feel so bad for missing that gig. He probably lost so much money.
Yes.
I'm just checking to see if I wrote down his name, but I don't think he gave it. Quill?
Toblin.
Oh, close.
Toblerone.
Nowhere near.
Did the dwarves come back with us?
No.
Okay.
No, the dwarves wanted to stay where they are. They're pretty safe in their.
We would have told them if they hear of any giants, they'd go as deep into that thing. Or
and now
dragons.
that it's clean, they all cleared out. They do tell you they can move inside, and they're pretty confident that they can continue their excavation and look for things and repair those doors as well to give them a bit of safety.
Yes, trapped in the stone is the safest place to be.
Okay. Oh,
Jubbly Jabbly, what?
I am
J.R. Lockwood. What are you? Where were you last night?
I am so
I
very
thought we
sorry.
had a deal, mate.
We did. I am very, very sorry. We went out. We got a job to tell the dwarves out at the.
But you already had a job, mate.
I know, but this was just an adventuring gig.
I thought we had some kind of deal here. You told me that you would get up on the stage and I'll give you free. I guess you didn't take advantage of that either.
Yes. But I am happy to do that again tonight. I'm sorry. I really apologize. I tried to do it, but we got waylaid by orcs.
All right, make me a charismatic. Try and persuade him.
I'm going to paint the picture with my storytelling. I'm going to read him the excerpt from my current novel.
Fix the grammar first.
24.
I'm not sure why there were so many dwarves having sex with each other, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were coming back, and then we just Maradius was in a bad way. He almost died.
Well, here.
This bird here was on fire.
You've been on the road for a little while, and he kind of brings over a tray full of ale again, and some bread and a stew that you can mop up with a nice soupy stew. He says, "Here, rest your bones."
Oh, thank you.
You have bones, don't you, Stoney?
Yes.
All right.
He has hollow bones. Nycrin, his bones are empty.
Well, fill them up with this. It's good stew, this one. All right. So, are you back for the night, are you?
We're not sure. We've got to go hand in this. We've just finished a quest.
Oh, lovely.
So we've got to go talk to the mayor.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. And then we might see how far, if he's got anything else for us. And if
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 4 days worth of free drinks if he actually comes out to meet you. You see him in person? He ain't been seen since that dragon started flying around.
You're on.
To be clear, I show you the mayor 4 days of drinks.
If he comes out to talk to you, all right. So, and he kind of leaves you, all right, I know what you guys need. And he kind of goes off, I've got some pud. And he walks off and, he starts tinkering in the kitchen. He brings you some pudding and some desserts and stuff and leaves you to your own devices. What are you guys going to do?
This pudding's delicious. Are you going to eat yours there? Necron, are you eating that?
I think Necron probably would because it's about the only thing he's been given as vegetarian so far. I'm assuming the stew had meat in it, right?
Yes, it would have had.
You're not eating that stew?
No.
Can I?
What's your pudding?
I ate it.
Sure.
Thanks.
Shall we go see the mayor and get
Can
paid?
I suggest don't eat that pudding? It will not be good for your singing voice.
Would you like my pudding?
Yep.
I'll take your pudding.
Roll off.
Yeah. No. Nycrin just looks downcast now. He's pecking at the floor for something else.
Yeah.
Are you all right, Nycrin? Do you want something else?
No. And he runs out the door and flies off.
What was his name again? Sorry.
I'm going to go get something.
Toblin.
Toblin.
So Toblin would probably have seen that, and he kind of pulls you, JR, as the most normal of the characters. Oi, what do they actually eat? Anything weird? Like I notice Oh, what is he again? A bird?
I
Am I allowed to call him a bird?
mean, I have. I don't really know.
All right. What does he eat? What you seen him eat?
He mainly eats like vegetables, like fruits and nuts. And I don't know. Do you got any birdseed or?
You said these nuts joke.
You saw my face. You saw my face. I stopped.
It was prime.
I wasn't going to ruin it for the role playing.
It was written across his forehead.
I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe I might be able to get him some nuts or something.
Yeah.
Salty ones.
I mean, you could always ask him. Would you like me to ask him and find out? Are you wanting to impress him?
No, I just...
Do you think he's cute?
I noticed that he's not eating the stew.
I know. He doesn't seem to eat meat.
All right. Taken.
Especially chicken, apparently.
No, noted. Noted.
Which is weird because chickens are actually known for being carnivores.
It's just foul.
Lovely.
Cannibals, should I say? Not carnivores. Cannibals.
Nacron.
It's gone. I've flown. I'm out.
You're
I'm
out.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gone. I'm going to get some real food.
Okay. So, small cats,
Okay.
rodents.
Okay, Maradius, since it's just me and you, shall we go see the mayor?
Yes.
Because he owes us some money now, because we let those guys know.
Outside, we're going outside again?
Yep. We can come back.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
Sure.
We go to the mayor's house, which is someone's name. Who else I haven't written down.
Harbin Wester is the
Harbin.
mayor of the town.
We knew his name is
The
Harbin.
town master is his official title, and he lives in the town master's hall.
I knock on the door.
Gee.
I say, what do you want? No, wait. Are you a white dragon?
No.
You have to tell me.
Nope. I am definitely not a white dragon.
If there is a white dragon out there, tell them I'm skinny and I would not be a very good meal. I'm full of game. Gamey. That's what they call it. Stringy.
How do I know you're not a white dragon?
Well, you don't, so go away.
I have completed another quest.
Oh, okay. What quest? Prove it.
I have told the dwarves in the old ruins. That's what they were, ruins.
Yes.
That there was a white dragon about.
At that point, you see like a little slit in the door go chunk, and like two eyes come out. Show me what? Give me proof.
You told me to warn someone. How am I meant to give you proof?
How do I know that you've actually spoken to them?
Oh, we have these 2 sending stones they gave us.
Show them. Hold them up. All right, good enough for me. And he kind of, at that point, you see a gold piece slide under the door, and then a second one, and then a third one, and then a fourth one, and a fifth one, and a sixth one,
Harbin.
and all the way up until 50 GP slide under the door. There you go. There's your reward. Go away.
Harbin,
What?
can you please just step outside the door?
No, I'm not coming outside. I've told everybody that it's not safe out there. Nobody should be outside. Even you idiots shouldn't be outside. If you want them, there's new notices on the board. I don't know how they got there. Just don't ask.
Pretty
At this point, Nikron lands with a large candy melon which he's eating. Oh, shiny! And picks the 50 gold pieces up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you write that down then if you're going to be the gold man.
You're doing the loot?
He's now.
Sure.
I was going to do the loot, but if he's going to play it like a magpie, we'll let him control
Like
the
a
loot.
bower bird.
I'm wondering now whether it's a good idea with flying, how we're going to keep hold of the whole idea of a
I'm
sack
not
of
seeing
gold.
that.
Clink.
I'm not seeing you write it down, so please write it down.
It's all being written down, don't worry. 50 gold.
I'm going to write it down because I don't trust him.
He's written down 50, 30 gold.
50 gold. How are we going to get him outside the house?
Come over here. Too big out here. Can't talk. Just
You also notice as you've passed the notice board as well, that there were only originally 3 notices that there are. There are 4 notices on the board now. So there are 4 of them in total. And I shall read, actually, I will hand you one each and you can read them. So we'll all have a turn at reading one.
Can I take JR to the side?
Mhm.
So Maradius is going to guide you with a big meaty hand around away from the door and say, do you think that if you told him the white dragon was here, dead, he would come out to see it?
No.
Hmm.
I think he might just piss himself.
Even dead.
Yes. He seems like a bit of a weenie.
Do you think that if I kicked the door down and grabbed him...
Let's not worry about it. I'll buy you drinks for the next 4 days. I'm going to perform so well at their show. If we don't miss another gig, you watch the money roll in. We'll be rolling in it.
I could kick the wall in.
No, we'll leave his house as it is for now.
Right.
Until we need him.
Do you think that if we took the notice board away, he would come out to find out where the notices are?
Are you saying would he notice if the notice board was missing?
Yes.
Well, it is a notice board.
No. But
it is a noticeable board.
Do you think anyone else is doing these notices?
Let me think about that for a while.
Okay. I mean, we still got this gnome regard one, which the reclusive rock gnomes reside in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. They are known for magical inventions, and they might have something to do with which to defeat the dragon. That could be useful. It is on my list to slay a dragon.
I do like going into the mountains.
It is also on my list to ride a dragon.
Oh.
So we could kill 2 dragons with 1 stone.
Do dragons have cloacas?
That is what I was thinking as well. I might ask it that. Thank you, Brett, for working that in. Because, maybe are they like big fish?
They lay eggs.
Yeah, so
I would think
does
that-
a female dragon lay the eggs and then the male dragon just squirts all over it like a fire hose?
That's not how eggs work.
That's not how fish eggs work. Yes, it is.
How
That is how fish
chicken eggs work, though.
and frogs.
JR, do you have an imaginary friend right now?
I have many.
She's saying, shh.
You seem to be talking to someone other than me.
All right, Luke, what have you got?
Oh, Butterskull Ranch Quest. So, orcs have attacked Butterskull Ranch,
Ooh,
5 miles east
pesky
of
orcs.
Conbury, along the Tribor Trail. Travel there with haste, assess the damage, and help any way you can. Alphonse Calazorn, the ranch owner, is a retired sheriff who can reward you for your efforts. If he's dead, return to the townsmaster Harbin Wester with proof of Calazorn's demise to receive a reward of 100 gold pieces.
Oh, nice.
I've heard of this Alphonse before. He jumped a shark at one point.
And what have you got, Brett?
The Mountains Camel Toe Quest.
Bro, no. Show me that card. Right, okay.
So that's just Brett adding a little colour. Mountains Toe Quest. The Mountains Toe gold mine lies 15 miles northeast of Fandolin. The new overseer, Don John Raskin, just made the trip from Neverwinter to Fandolin. Don John. The new overseer, Don...
Juan.
It's no W-A-U-N,
No,
it's Don John. It's Don John. This is not
Whatever.
D51. The new overseer, Don John Raskin, just made the trip from Neverwinter to Fandolin and needs to be escorted to the mine. There's no telling what dangers lie between here and there. Once you deliver Raskin safe and sound, return to Townmaster Harbin to collect a reward of 100 GP.
Oh, that's nice. And the fourth notice that's up there is the Loggers Camp Quest. Deep in Neverwinter Wood, along the river that flows west towards Neverwinter, is a logging camp. Every 2 months, Fandolin delivers fresh supplies to the camp, which is run by the half-brother of Fandolin's townmaster, Harbin Wester. Barthen, the local provisioner, has prepared a new delivery. He needs someone to bear the supplies safely to the camp. Return to Harbin Wester with a notice of delivery signed by his half-brother Tybor Wester to claim your reward of 100 GP. So,
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just going back to Don John Raskin.
Don John Raskin.
Do you reckon that's a nod to the 5e app creator, Don John?
I think that's Miami Vice.
Because he does the initiative trackers and stuff.
Does
Don
he?
John. Yeah.
Oh, he does. You're right.
I wonder if that's a nod to him.
It could be.
Well, isn't that nice? So, what are you guys going to do for the rest of the evening? I guess it's too late now to pick one of these, and you guys get some time to sort of talk about it. So, it's up to you. The floor is yours, people.
Are we going to watch J.R. Locke?
You're not going to Just what? You're going to be involved, my friends.
I fly off.
Shit all over him, fly off.
Pazuzu. I didn't fly off really.
Good.
Meredith is going to look for some dinner, get himself set at a nice table where he can see the front door of the tavern and everyone walking in.
Yep.
He can make sure he can eyeball everyone and what they're doing and make sure he's close enough to the stage to intercept anyone who might want to incur upon the performance that would happen that evening.
Lovely, lovely. Oh, look, we've got a bit of a full house tonight. Some people actually looking for some entertainment. I've told them we're going to have a beautiful time. People have asked, is it puppet shows? Is it acting? Is it some type of storytelling? And I said, I don't know.
Well, I thought I might do a baldy ballad.
Okay, there are kids in the...
Well, they're going to learn something tonight.
All right, well, look, obviously... Don't want to mess with the talent. All right, here's another drink, and your friends
Just
will get
about
some food.
the rider
And,
there.
look, I've constructed this. I hope your friend likes it. And he pulls out a giant seed bell.
I immediately start pecking away.
Take it to the rafters.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I'm up in the rafters pecking away.
People getting
Happy
seeds
as.
dropped all over them.
So, no, shitting on them. Happy as. Make sure I'm above a bit of newspaper on them.
He puts a blanket over the top of you and you just go straight to sleep. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So the night begins. There are patrons from all around. You can see loggers. You can see miners. You can see people who have obviously entered the town to try and trade their wares. People who have entered the town because they're scared of the rumors of a dragon. Even as you're listening, you know, your passive perception can really get hold that the talk of the tavern is actually around the dragon and the dragon sightings. And apparently there was a dragon sighting very recently with a town catching on fire. So they actually think that the dragon was somewhere south of Phandalin. Very close actually. So they're worried about the dragon coming ever closer.
Before the show starts, Meredith is going to try and he's going to walk up to the bar and try and talk to Toblin privately. Toblin. A deal, if you might.
Yeah, right. What?
Quite often at a performance, patrons offer to buy a beverage for the performer.
Don't they?
My suggestion is this. We ask them to buy a special beverage, named that only you, I, and the performer know. You give the performer water, but charge full price for the beverage, and we split the proceeds.
I ain't doing that. No, if patrons want to actually buy him a drink, they can buy him a drink. If they don't want to, if he doesn't want the drink, he doesn't have to accept. I ain't no swindler. I've been here for long enough. I'm a stalwart of this town. I don't want to be playing that game with people. That doesn't feel right to me.
It's just a way of making income for a performer.
All right, but we will pass a hat around. So if he wants to, we've got a bucket at the front of the stage where people can throw money in there if they want. And there's tips, and you know. We ain't gonna let him go destitute.
Right.
Or prostitute.
Just to be warned, he has racked up quite a hefty tab previously with people buying him drinks.
Well, I mean, if people want to buy him drinks, that's up to them. If he wants to drink them, that's up to him. All right. He can always accept. He can always ask for them to maybe put it on his tab.
Agreed. Back to the table.
Now, Maratius.
Yes.
When I start playing,
yes,
I want you to stamp your feet in a beat like this. Just dun, dun, dun. You're going to be my drummer.
Right.
Yeah?
Yes.
You got that? You got the beat?
Drum.
Yep.
Boom.
That's it.
Boom. Now?
No, not yet. When you see me get up on there and start playing the lute.
When you say the word here.
Sure.
I'll know when I hear. Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Do you want to be involved, Nycrin?
Are you talking up into the rafters while I'm pecking away on my bell?
I hear birds I know birds are amazing at whistling and stuff. So if you want to get involved, you know, you can follow after my chorus.
Sure.
Cool. I've also I've got this new spell that I'm going to use in it. So look forward to that.
So look forward to that.
So just before on stage, I'm going to cast Magic Mouth on my
This
Luke.
is the spell.
Yep.
His marketing's not much chop, but the performance excellence.
So Magic Mouth, I do have to use 10 gold P for this. So it's going to be really good.
10, you got
It's
it?
gonna be
You got 10
great.
gold?
Yep.
What?
It's going to be a great performance.
Has it got magic teeth?
Yeah, it does lots of magic stuff. I basically implant a message in it, and then whenever it hits the trigger, the chosen object
Start squirting.
will say whatever I want it to say. So basically,
So it's a sampler.
yep. So after every chorus, it's going to go ooh lally lally ooh lally lally ooh lally lally ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's your guys' job.
Luke and Justin are magic mouths.
Okay.
How will they know when to start?
Because
Well,
it will
you
be
kn-
after every verse.
You
So
know
I'll point at
what?
them.
I think the one thing that I know with every good band is that it needs rehearsal time. So we're going to start off next week with
Oh.
this. I am looking forward to this. You better get your shit together. You got one
Got it.
week.
I've got the
You
song.
got
I've had the
one
song
week.
written.
It's
It's ready to
been-
go.
1
You
week.
go Smash Mouth? Is that what?
At this rate, we're going to need a group name, right?
JR and Stonebirds.
That's right. Stonebirds. You're not going to ask me that, are you?
No, I'm
I
going to
hope
ask the dragon when
All
we
right.
find it.
not. Okay.
Right, you can ask now. We're recording.
Well, I found this.
Is your cloaca in the maker?
Dragging the
Th-
nuts
these,
on your face.
dragon dildos, and I'm like, wouldn't they have cloacas?
Where have you seen dragon dildos, Lindsay?
Where do you think I've seen dragon dildos?
I don't know.
On the internet.
I
They're
did
really
see it.
big, dragging on the
It's a
ground.
very niche
I'd-
section of Pornhub that Lindsay's going into.
I saw a fantastic video the other day on Instagram. Somebody had gone up onto the outside of a building and stuck those suction cup dildos
Yes,
on the
I saw that.
and they had a stick and they were trying to knock them off and then just like just getting knocked all around. So and
That's
just
great.
with the caption of the local kids having fun. I was like, that's great.
Wholesome, clean fun.
Yeah, it was so gross. I loved it.
No, it was started off on a YouTube channel that kept mentioning Bad Dragon.
You don't have to justify it, Lindsay. If you just, cool, thank you. I really needed that in my life. Brilliant.
Yeah. They have many, many different dragons.
Is the forest
and other
one,
animals.
forest dragons a little bit thorny? Or is it just a small
You
prick?
can get a tentacle as well
A tentacle.
if you're into that anime lifestyle.
You went to it very quickly there, Lindsay. Have you tried to have this conversation with your wife?
As I said, it was something that just got discussed on a podcast thing. And I'm like, what the hell is Bad Dragon? I did not look at it at work, thankfully.
Yeah, well, why not? I mean, you run the whole thing, so it doesn't matter. You can delete any search history,
No,
right?
that's not the way I have created my system.
Ah,
I did everything properly.
there was your error.
Yes.
I've got backdoors everywhere.
Lindsay used to, but they're all full of dragon dildos now.
Wait till you see the Bad Dragon butt plug collection.
Stop it.
They give you tails.
Stop it. Stop it.
I don't know if that actually exists, but it probably does.
Did he breathe fire?